Twitch-AfrofishOG. What is up, everyone? It's Taylor, back again for part 3 of every Mario Kart Deluxe course ranked. And today we are going on from 72 to 61. So if you haven't seen my previous ones, they are down. I'll put a link down in the description for both of them. Hopefully you'll find them just as enjoying. But with all that being said, we're jumping right into this video, because this is a long.
Hate this? Whee!
Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I think they went way too far when pandering to the Mario Kart Wii crowd.
Now, I have never played the Mario Kart. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did play Mario Kart Wii, but like briefly, and I don't remember a whole lot when it comes to Mario Kart Wii. So if I don't really talk a whole lot about them, I don't really know a lot of them, or like, you know, if they were changed beforehand till now. So if they're tracks that I don't remember, they kind of come off as like new tracks in my head.
And I'm part of that crowd. Mario Kart Wii was my childhood game.
Oh shit, that's the one with the fucking wheel.
And it's my second favorite in the whole series. But like, damn, 11 of the 16 original tracks from that game are now in 8 Deluxe? Don't you think that's a little ridiculous? It's ironic because one of my biggest problems with the original Mario Kart 8 was how little love it gave to Wii. But this is too much. I think 8 or 9 courses would have been a perfectly fine number, because 11 just makes me feel overstuffed. I mean, maybe if one of those 11 was Toad's Factory, that would have been a different story, but...
That was a good one.
But instead, we got Daisy Circuit for some reason. I genuinely have no idea why, but hey, I love Daisy Circuit. I said it was probably my favorite circuit course in the whole series back in my Wii ranking. I'm down to play on it again, and... It's kinda whatever. Like, it's a good, solid course, but something about it is just not hitting the same. But how can that be? It's very similar gameplay-wise. They added a few ramps and boosts, plus a glider section in that one shortcut. By all accounts, I should love this remake just as much as the original.
I didn't know about the glider part.
What's missing? I hate to say it, but I really think it's just the skybox. The Wii version of Daisy Circuit has one of my favorite skyboxes in all of Mario Kart. A truly amazing orange sunset that casts a gorgeous vibe over the entire race. It's an absolute delight, and this new one makes Daisy Circuit feel like just any other course. I don't know, I'm really struggling. I'm racking my brain trying to come up with any other reason why I don't like this new version as much. I really think it boils down to being bored with the presentation here compared to the original. It's still a good course, but man, I think the Booster Course Pass taught us all a valuable lesson. If you remove the sunset from a course, I'm not gonna like it nearly as much. This isn't the most butchered Wii track in this game, but other Wii remakes are based on courses that were stronger originally. Thus, their worst remakes do rank a bit higher. So ultimately, Daisy Circuit is that step too far for me when it comes to the Wii representation. I'm sorry guys, it really didn't need to be here soaking up all the riches of this game while Mario Kart DS fan favorites bleed out in the street. Sorry for being shallow and only judging Daisy Circuit's worth based on looks, I guess.
I mean, I don't mind Daisy Circuit. I don't think it's that fantastic. It's nothing that sticks out in my brain, but I don't think it's terrible. It's just, I get it. It's kind of whatever.
Successful Christmas was today.
I really wish Merry Mountain could have been a slam dunk, considering just how good the theme is. I mean, it's Crimbus! Aesthetically, this course is amazing, with candles, presents, candy canes, snow, a train, hello base department, even the road right here at the starting line. Like, that is a great looking texture that really evokes Christmassy vibes. The first half of the course also plays great, with this alternate train track path being a fun touch. It's a truly magical experience. Until you get to the mountain part of this Merry Mountain. This is, kinda lame. There really isn't anything going on with the second half of this course, especially not on this descent. Wow, a glider on the second and third lap. We couldn't have had that on the first lap, don't get crazy now. It's so frustrating how this course just fizzles out into nothing by the end. Like, just
I don't know, I think it's actually pretty good. That's just me.
Put some snowmen or penguins here or something. On top of that, it's a dreaded oval shape. And while it's more varied than Sky High Sundae, it definitely could have been a lot more ambitious, considering the standards of some of the other non-city tour courses. Finally, this is just a nitpick, but why is that half pipe there? Who in their right mind is gonna use that instead of just drifting around this corner? Yeah, have fun falling behind, Merry Mountain half pipe enjoyers. Oh well, still a decent course, but the theme definitely carries it hard. You know what though? Maybe I'm missing something. If only someone were here to teach me about the true meaning of Merry Mountain. The 7 Arlo elves! Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Arlo!
Merry Mountain is a simple track. It's just one big loop with a hill. And that hill isn't even very exciting, especially on the way back down. But the vibes, you see, the vibes are incredible. The quaint little village, the flying train, the mountain of presents, the view from the top. It's pure, cozy, Christmassy goodness. Sure, maybe it's slightly awkward to race here when it's not Christmas time, which is most of the time. But I don't care. Merry Mountain is a track that just makes me feel nice.
I would say so. Like, I actually really liked Merry Mountain. I think I'd put it up higher if I had a list. If I had a list of them, I'd definitely put it up higher.
Honestly guys, the Booster Course Pass was not cooking with most of its 3DS editions. Besides the one obvious exception, this is a pretty mid selection that really could have benefited from, oh I don't know, Shy Guy Bazaar, Wario Shipyard, fucking Woohoo Island courses? But no, we got Rosalina's Ice World instead. Everybody's favorite. I will concede that this new version is a slight improvement. Much like Neo Bowser City, the aesthetical upgrade alone is enough to make this the best version of this course out there. It's very pretty, and they even added an extra ramp towards the end and some half pipes that are actually pretty usable since you're gonna find yourself driving on the side of this ice wall anyway. It's got some solid updates, but not nearly enough of them to make this track significantly better than how it was in 7. Hate to say it, but I really wish they didn't bother with this one, considering all the other courses that this slot could have gone to. It's fine, it's decent, but it's only been a month and I've already kind of forgotten about it.
Scranton, what?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't really remember. If I get kind of like stone phase, honestly, sometimes I am trying to remember the course and I just kind of don't.
Electric City!
Okay, I'll admit, while it was far from a 3DS course I wanted to see in the original DLC for this game, this new version of Neo Bowser City is definitely an improvement over the original. I actually don't
I love Neo Bowser City.
mind it here. Visually, it's a huge step up, fully realizing what the original was going for and looking incredibly cool rather than tacky. They added an extra trick opportunity towards the beginning, and drifting along the ending section is really fun, especially if you got a mushroom to do shortcuts. This still isn't an amazing course in my eyes, like it really just is turns and nothing else for the most part, but thanks to the atmosphere actually atmosphering in this version, I think it's pretty decent and I don't mind it that much now. We should probably hear from a bigger Neo Bowser City enjoyer than me though. Like G-Wall Pro.
If you don't like Neo Bowser City, then I'm sorry, but you're just not good at Mario Kart. Well, I said it. This track got a huge visual upgrade in 8. Like, I legit want to live in this city with how awesome those skyscrapers and neon lights look. Supposedly, this track was going to be a circuit track, which explains its top tier soundtrack being a nice remix between 7's title theme and circuit theme. While I do wish they removed some of the rails to make the track even harder, you cannot lie. With the track as is, nailing every drift and race flawlessly is about as satisfying as it gets.
I would say it's definitely one of the harder tracks because the constant drifting back and forth is definitely something that's not easy. 100%. Yeah, I agree. I like that chord.
I'm a flip a little dolphin, let me flip for you, I know something!
The Star Cup in this game has long been considered one of the best cups in all of Mario Kart. And yeah, I guess it's up there for me too, but it's kinda brought down a bit by Dolphin Shoals. A solid enough course that isn't anything all that crazy. The opening part with the rings is pretty average, and the part where you boost off of pipes to get to the other side of this chasm is kinda cool. The real standouts are tricking off of this giant eel, which never gets old, and of course, that moment you emerge from the water and the music abruptly changes to a killer saxophone solo. Probably one of the best dynamic music moments Mario Kart has ever had. I love it as much as anyone else. But I feel like everyone kind of fixates on that moment and ranks this course higher than it deserves because of it. I think this course is solid enough, but it's mainly being carried by that musical bit and the eel for me. As a result, I don't think the Star Cup is quite the best course in the game for me. I'm a bit partial to the Lightning and Feather Cups, which we'll get to later.
That's interesting to me. I personally really like Dolphin Shoals. I think it's visually very pretty. And I guess the music is definitely good. Also, I'm a sucker for saxophone. I'm not gonna lie. Like, anyone who can play a saxophone well, God, you're just amazing in my eyes.
Time I've been underneath Paris.
Paris Promenade was our first impression of the booster.
For those who don't know, I'm not a fan of the tour. I'm not a fan of tours.
Course pass. And like, I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was a pretty good one. Better than Toad Circuit would have been, that's for sure. It doesn't really have the same ambition as the other tour layouts. Like, instead of 3 alternate pathways, it's just 2 identical laps, and then lap 3 is just the same thing, but in reverse. It feels like they didn't fully know how to adapt the tour courses into Mario Kart 8 yet. And this was them experimenting a bit. But I don't mind the relative simplicity here, especially since I think it's a decent layout. They even have one of the alternate routes available as an optional shortcut path. That's pretty cool. Plus, it definitely looks and feels like Paris. The music is one of the most fitting to its real-life city, and despite the rough graphics, I think they captured Paris pretty well visually. It's a neat course. Not amazing or anything, but hey, neither is France, so it fits.
The very first course.
Mario Kart Stadium. Most generic title in the series aside, this is a pretty good starter course. From the jumbotrons and exciting atmosphere, to the many shortcuts through the sand and the grass, to the super cool visual of the world around you tilting as you progress through the anti-gravity segment. It's an incredibly cool way to introduce you to Mario Kart 8's main mechanic, and it's a hell of a lot more interesting than just
I overall do really like this course. I think it's really good. I think overall it's just appealing. It's just visually appealing.
Starting the game off with a generic circuit. But with that said,
sorry as well, I'm also dealing with some issues with my throat and trying to get my little cushion here to cushion.
The time has finally come to reveal the finalized ranking of every starter course in Mario Kart. Finally! The moment you've all been waiting for, I'm sure. Number 8, Figure 8 Circuit. It's like not a contest at all. This course has nothing, and it is nothing. Now, Patrick did gaslight me into loving this course ironically, and as a result, it holds a special place in my heart. But I have an easy way of reconciling how my heart and my brain feel about this course. See, Nintendo didn't fulfill Patrick's dream of seeing Figure 8 Circuit in Mario Kart 8, but I know he would be happy to see that I have it ranked at 8th place. Not last, 8th. It's the spot it deserves. Number 7, Mario Circuit 1. Maybe the best first course in Super Mario Kart, if that's any consolation. Number 6, Wii Luigi Circuit. It has boost pads. Aw shit, slow down. Let's not get too crazy now. Number 5, Peach Circuit. Peach trees. Yippee! Number 4, Toad Circuit. No, not Toad Circuit! This is just Toad Circuit, and it's fine. Has a glider and pipe shortcuts and tow balloons, so yeah, peak fiction. Number 3, Luigi Raceway. Pretty good course for 64's mechanics, and there is literally nothing else to say. Number 2, Mario Kart Stadium. The new kid on the block puts so many of the other starter courses to shame by actually being fun and exciting. How crazy is that? And number 1, GameCube Luigi Circuit. The untouchable GOAT, because it is so damn fun to hit racers going the opposite direction with...
I can't actually disagree with this one. This is actually a really good ranking.
With items. Peak gaming right here. So that's my ranking. Thanks for tuning in, I guess. How much longer is left in the actual ranking? Ah, fuck me.
All hail the New York Giants!
New York Minute is the only tour course based on a city I've actually been to. Over 10 times, in fact. I watch a lot of Broadway shows. So
I want to go to New York City. If you've ever been to New York City, let me know. Like, what's it like over there? Like, do you like it? If you live there, do you like it? I want to know.
is it accurate? Yeah, I guess. You got the Times Square billboards, you got Central Park, you got the Rockefeller Center parking garage, okay. The music is very New Yorkish. They definitely nailed the look and feel of the city. But I don't know. This was the first track they ever made for Mario Kart Tour, and it shows. It's relatively unambitious compared to what you could have done. Throw in the Statue of Liberty or the Brooklyn Bridge. Have us go to Grand Central Station. Or, hear me out, you drive through a Broadway theater, huh? I can dream. At least they have billboards for Broadway shows, including this cute reference to King Kong the musical. Genuinely, this is the most cultural impact that musical has had. So yeah, solid enough course with cool atmosphere. But compared to the later tour courses, it's a bit lacking. You know, we should probably get an authentic New Yorker in here to give their take on how this course is. Ah, perfect. My editor, Goop Videos.
Hi, everybody. I'm New York Scoop Videos. I live in Connecticut. Thank you. I just want to draw attention to the fact that all the locations shown on this track are in Midtown Manhattan. If Nintendo had wanted to incorporate downtown locations like the Statue of Liberty and the Brooklyn Bridge, I think they should have designed the course like Mount Wario or Big Blue. The race could start in Central Park, making your way through Rockefeller Center and Times Square, then to Grand Central, which could lead into a subway taking the race downtown to the Brooklyn Bridge. Then the race would cap off by hang gliding to the finish line on Liberty Island. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, let's go Mets, let's go Mets, let's go Mets, let's go Mets.
Okay, not gonna lie, that sounds amazing. Like, that would have probably made me, like, wanna definitely play any of the tour courses. Because I don't hate them, I'm just not a fan of them.
Why have you stopped playing that wonderful music?
Oh, I've been waiting for this one. Ice Outpost. Not a particularly memorable or well-liked course, is it? It's a pretty out there theme, and not in a cool or creative way like your Coconut Malls or Waluigi Pinballs or what have you. It's like, oh, a polar expedition base. Just what I always wanted to race on. It doesn't have a super special layout or anything either. Like, it's not bad, and choosing the green or yellow path can be kinda neat. Plus, there are a few decent shortcuts for you to take. It's a fine enough course, but just based on its layout and visual theme, it's absolutely nothing special. But, and this is a sentiment I have never seen shared by anyone else, but this course does have one of my favorite things in the entire series, and that is its music. I swear to God, the music on Ice Outpost is unbelievably goated. It is insane how good this song is. I'm normally really bad at picking out specific instruments in songs I listen to.
The male. His mayonnaise an instrument.
But I know a damn violin when I hear one. And this violin is so elegant, gorgeous, and exciting all at once. When I hear this, I am...
That sounds like a Final Fantasy, like, if you were playing like a Final Fantasy, not like a action one, but like a turn-based. That's what it reminds me of, like... You got your little 4 guys lined up, and, you know, he's like, use the attack button, he runs up, and then hits them for 13, or misses. Like my fucking Pokemon.
Uplifted to the heavens for a brief moment. It's so amazing. It actually reminds me of this one bit from the score of the Stampede scene in Lion King. And I think it goes without saying that if you're reminding me of the Lion King score, then you made some damn good music. I love playing on this course just to hear its song. But with that said, I really do wish the course itself was more worthy of its S-tier music. It just kind of feels like a waste to use a song this amazing on an Ice Outpost. Oh well. This course gets to rank higher than it deserves because of it, and I get to listen to this song in Smash, since Ultimate didn't have any new Mario Kart songs to add other than the Wii U DLC music. Everybody wins! Please, if you're a fellow Ice Outpost music connoisseur, let me know in the comments. It feels like like I'm the only person obsessed with this song. I need to know if there are others out there. It's X. Honestly, this game's version of N64 Yoshi Valley was one of the trickiest to talk about for me. On the one hand, it fixes my biggest issue with the original track, since not only is it a lot easier to not fall off the edge, but if you do, Lakitu doesn't take 2 to 3 business days to rest.
I actually kind of like the fact that it was harder to get, they're like easier to get knocked off the ledge. I actually like that. It gave this kind of challenge. Also, the mystery boxes, if you can't see, so the reason why is because it's like a multiple course pass. I don't know if you know which course, which route to take. But everything's a question, so you don't know technically until the very end.
Rescue you and put you back on course. You can also see what place you're in at all times now. It's amazing how far technology has come. Despite all these improvements, however, I feel like this remake is brought down by one simple fact. The bridge path on the left is very clearly the best one to take, to the point where most of the other alternate paths are kinda useless, thus defeating the purpose of the course's gimmick. I don't know if the bridge was the clear best path on the N64, but even if it was, it's not necessarily the one you want to take all the time, since it's a lot trickier to stay on. There's a risk-reward factor there. Here, the course being less frustrating and easier to stay on is also kind of its downfall, since there's nothing really discouraging
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
You from taking the fastest route every time. Yeah, I know this sounds really frustrating, like I can't just be satisfied with this course no matter what it does. But I'm sorry, I think there are some courses that are just destined to not work all that well for me, no matter what. With that said, I still put it in B tier, because aside from the alternate paths feeling kinda pointless, it's solid and I can have a good time on it. The giant egg is still fun, and the music is lovely. I just think it kinda sorta misses the point of its own gimmick here. But at least I can have fun on it now. I know that all of the Tour City mini-maps are a little screwy because of their nature of incorporating all these alternate routes, but like, yeesh, get a load of this one. That's just terrifying. Anyway, Rome Avanti is pretty solid. The best part of this course is how it incorporates the Colosseum in 2 different ways, climbing up it on the first lap and avoiding chain chomps inside the arena on the third. I like the city's architecture and the general nighttime vibes. Plus, it's pretty cool to zoom past these racers going a completely different direction on previous laps. It's got a few fun glider sections, and it finally introduces pizza to Mario Kart. Albeit just through this sign. You don't actually get to eat pizza here. Damn, guess I'm not updating the tier list. Also, I just realized this isn't in the script, but I just realized while recording just now that Cheeseland also has pizza. I actually forgot about that when I was...
I hate Cheeseland. I hate Cheeseland. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I just hate Cheeseland.
Writing this. Sorry Cheeseland fans, I just find this remake so forgettable. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is a decent mix of Athens' classical architecture and the modern city designs seen elsewhere in the track list. Not a great course, but a pretty good one.
Man, I spent hours of my life stomping.
Don't dare finish that sentence. Don't do it.
Oh, Koopa Cape, honey, what did they do to you? I don't like this remake. The original is so damn good that this version still ranks fairly high. But for the most part, they neutered so much of what I love about this track. It got hit with the ugly ray, sure, but that's not as depressing as how much worse it feels to play now. Like, they significantly shrank the middle portion down, and it just doesn't feel as satisfying to drive through. That's on top of them once again giving us an inferior underwater section to the Wii version. Why does this need to be anti-gravity with a half pipe? What was so wrong with electric spinning obstacles in a closed glass tube with unique mellow music and gorgeous aesthetics? It's just wrong. Everything here is so much more wrong than any other.
To be honest, I don't know much about this course, so this is just what it's based off of what I know, because I don't know the original. I thought it was okay.
Other Wii remake in this game. This feels like a smartphone version of Koopa Cape, which it literally is, but a lot of the other Booster Course Pass tracks have been really good at hiding that. This one, though, it's oversimplified and barely captures the original course's magic. I mean, how does the Wii version look better in every way? That doesn't make sense. With that said, yeah, it's still kind of fun, I guess, because it's still Koopa Cape. It wasn't quite given the Sky Garden treatment, so yippee!
Alright, so that one was overall pretty good. I just don't really remember much of the courses. But I think we're just kind of getting through like these, they're pretty good kind of courses, so they're not bad. I don't mind the list. I don't mind the list at all so far. There's a couple of them that maybe I was kind of more surprised with, but that was back in earlier ones. Anyways, I am all happy that you guys have all sat and watched my reaction. This was definitely one of the more forgettable ones, but maybe we'll make it up in part 4. So be sure, like I said, check down all my stuff in the description. I will be posting part 1 and 2, both links down there as well, so you can catch up. Alrighty, everyone. As always, I'm Taylor from AfrofishOG, and I'll catch you all in the next one.